Some people get what they want from practice and working hard. However, some people get what they want from sheer luck. And this video showcases examples of both.
Oh, yes!
When you're so eager to land, you don't bother to wait for the runway. There are bad drivers, there are terrible drivers, and then there's this guy. Luck or about 10,000 tries? What do you think? If they were shark diving, then they were very lucky to have an encounter like this. If they weren't shark diving, then not so much. The definition of the phrase, a close call.
The left of screen emerging for pit lane, doesn't see him.
Well, the problem is that I think he saw him, but the problem is that Zarco, he can't move to the right and to his left. He can't go to his left. It was really horribly.
Skiing can be very dangerous, but not always for the reasons you might expect.
Look behind him, wallet. There it is, falling out of the sky, missing him really by, well, a fraction, maybe not even a tenth of a second.
Yep, this player officially has magic powers.
Henri instead.
Off woodwork and in! Henri from the impossible angle has put it home! His second goal of the night!
What's more impressive, the stunt or the steady hand of the guy holding the beer? Physics? Nah, he just doesn't care about it. Now this is how you keep your head in the game. Humans often eat their favorite snacks from a plate. Whales, however, prefer a nice kayak. You'd think that taking in your trash would be a good thing, but apparently it makes God angry. Okay, but a really impressive trick would be to jump into the chair.
What?
A lucky escape after a very unlucky choice of skiing location.
Just came down, I pulled my chute, didn't work. I heard Hunter yelling, and here he is. You okay, bud?
This bridge wasn't meant for trucks, and neither was this driver. If he was a little faster, he would have never made it to his destination. What could make this bad weather even worse? Oh, I know. Fire. It's about time a human got the better of a vending machine.
Oh, yes!
When the emergency vehicle almost creates its own emergency. A roll of toilet paper, a ping pong ball, and you too can be internet famous. Aw, the most romantic trick shot the world has ever seen. Suddenly, this biker gang doesn't look so tough anymore. The streets of New York can be dangerous, but not in the way you might think.
Caralho, quase matou. Gente do céu.
This train is on its way to the grave, and she almost bought a ticket. Always remember that sometimes the boy who cries wolf is right. These two people are absolutely determined to dine al fresco. You've heard of being saved by the bell? Well, here's a case of being saved by the mic. When an unstoppable moose meets an immovable guy with a stick.
Hey!
I've heard of water hazards on a golf course, but bear hazards?
Hey! Go away! Get out of here!
Michael Jordan and Babe Ruth all rolled into one.
Oh, baby! Oh my God! Holy!
Driving skills? Or a serious dose of luck?
Oh my God.
Well, what do you expect? You're literally a home invader.
Star so far. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
And he just carries on going as if nothing even happened.
He is spitting out of control down the street.
Not it's almost absurd.
Here's a fish who's clearly just given up on life.
Gallagher got on the way and missing the target.
Well, that ball went in entirely the wrong hole.
Want that one back is Kai Havertz.
If they gave points for balancing the ball on the rim, then this guy would be one of the all-time greats.
What a night this is. So unique. Wow. You could shoot that 1,000 times. More than 1,000, and that would never happen. More than 1,000. Look at that. Oh my goodness.
So you think you've seen a low landing, huh? Well, you, my friend, have seen nothing. See? Pigeons aren't always a nuisance. Sometimes they're essential.
And it still comes back to it. And that's a little bit of circus of life.
A hole-in-one, and he didn't fracture his friend's skull. A once-in-a-lifetime rim balancing shot. Yes, that's right, another one. The most perfectly timed duck ever recorded. Some dolphin encounters are much more relaxing than others. This is actual footage of the final task in a Jedi Knight's training program. This shortcut turned into a very long journey. Not exactly the kind of water-dwelling creature he was hoping to catch. If your hole-in-one doesn't even touch the green, then what do you call it? A super hole-in-one? A hole-in-one on steroids?
Place. He's 2 under par today because of this. Oh, goodness. No messing around. Straight in, a bullseye for Bryson. He is 1 over.
It's the way he checks to make sure he's on camera. Well, that's a different approach to the whole hit and run thing. He could have saved money and just bought a surfboard instead. Yeah, this almost ended in divorce.
Kita kayak cuidado.
Uy, bля.
How to work smarter, not harder in the fishing world. Here it is, everyone. Footage of the world's worst parking space. Hey, I'm swimming here. When walking across the street, always remember to look left, right, and above. Don't you hate it when the thing you're climbing just isn't there anymore? Teslas have something called instant acceleration, and this is when it pays off. One of those moments that happens so fast that you scream after it.
Yeah.
What? How? Can anybody explain how a train ends up on top of a whale sculpture? A game of stop slapping yourself suddenly goes badly wrong. You might need a U-boat to perform that U-turn.
This is that it's asphalt underneath for any high-profile truck, but anybody that's in a low-profile car, whoa, that guy almost lost it right there making a U-turn. Good golly, that was crazy. But anyway, like this guy.
That car clearly has a guardian angel, who was probably an auto mechanic before they got their wings. A disaster averted by a quick-thinking and kind-hearted skater. Test out how well built your shed is before you put it in the garden by smashing it all over the highway. When the mountain moves downward by itself, you don't even need a pair of skis. Sometimes you can almost feel when there's an idiot driver close by. He was almost the victim of a very strange death, drowning via chainsaw. Let's put aside who's right and wrong here, just so we can focus on this truck's awesome brakes. This is the kind of thing that would make you never want to see a tree again for your entire life. Only the very best friends try to decapitate each other with surfboards. Death wish? Or driving without a guide dog? Okay, we get it. You're a good swimmer. Now stop it before you waste that beautiful chocolate milk. No amount of slippery sliding is gonna stop me.
Want to do it. Ferrari's home turf. Whoa!
Nice catch. Nice catch.
He is on the limit, isn't he, Charles Leclerc? 3 times now he's had a spin, and now we're starting to get to the sketchy.
Yeah, sure, you just skid across the road with the trailer. It's not like I was going anywhere.
Like, what the f are you doing, buddy?
It's a king cobra, which means the best place for it is generally away from human beings and their exposed human flesh.
So they'd much rather poop on you before they waste that venom, because venom is a specialized saliva that takes energy to make. And if they waste that venom, that's a missed opportunity. Woo!
You know, I was thinking about buying a new van this year anyway. This birthday just got a whole lot less happy.
It's on fire on the chair. It's fine. Oh, no, baby, it's fine. It's fine. Baby, it's fine. Happy birthday!
One of those moments when you don't know whether to scream or be impressed. Even the universe thinks she deserves a second chance after that shot. And now you get a chance to reach out your fortunate finger and click subscribe. Lucky you.